Climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for another rant. And blood money opportunities have all tripped out. All three of them. Covington Emerald, Ember of the East, and El Sovrano. That's all we're getting. No more. It's just going to be 3 and done. And along with completing them on 3 difficulties, either standard, hard, or ruthless, if you were to complete each of these on ruthless, which, by the way, will cost you 25 capitali on Ruthless for each one of these. That's, what, 75 capitali total. Then, good for you, you're going to unlock some stupid hats. And that is where I would like to focus this rant on today, because I basically ranted about blood money in my blood money review. So blood money barely came out with any new clothing, no weapons, no horses, and the few new hats they did make for this update, they decided to lock them as quote-unquote rewards that you could unlock and, yes, purchase upon completing these 3 blood money opportunities on Ruthless. But it comes with some caveats. They did not put these hats at the general or clothing stores, which would make sense. No, what Rockstar decided to do, on top of the fact you had to pay 25 capitali for each of these missions on Ruthless, 75 total, and then beat these missions on Ruthless, then you would also have to have the collector roll. Now, a lot of us veteran players obviously have the collector roll, but for everybody else, it's going to cost you 15 gold bars unless there's a discount week in order to get the collector roll. Then you have to go find Madame Nazar. I know there's videos and Twitter accounts dedicated to finding Madame Nazar every day, but yeah, for the average player, they're going to have to roam around and try and find Madame Nazar. Once you find Madame Nazar, then you're able to purchase these hats. First off, the Ansberg cap, which is basically the miner's cap, but without the cool looking lamp on it. I really wish that Rockstar would have included the lamp, especially at night. It would have added extra illumination, especially for players that would like to have as much illumination as possible, not just the horse lantern. But the Ansberg cap you unlock through Ember of the East, and there's a few variations of each of these hats, by the way. The price for the Ansberg cap is $190, but I guess there was a discount at the time of me recording this video because it was for sale at $114. The next hat is probably the better hat of the 3, the Pacific Union cap, which looks like a train conductor's cap, which you get by completing Covington Emerald, once again on Ruthless. And the price tag is $200. Once again, there was a sale down to $120 for all variations of the Pacific Union hat. And the final hat that came out with completing El Sovrano on Ruthless, the Duplessis top hat. The top hat itself looks okay, but it's all the stuff on the top hat that makes it kind of fugly. That one is the most expensive, $310. There was also a discount for the Duplessis top hat at the recording of this rant. So that's my issue. For one thing, they go through all this trouble to lock these 3 new hats behind the Ruthless mode on opportunities for blood money, which means you have to drop 25 capitali for all 3 of these, depending on which hat you happen to want, because some people may actually want 1 or all 3 of these hats. I really feel like Rockstar could have done a much better job with the so-called rewards for beating this on Ruthless. And for one thing, they should have put these hats available at the clothing general store, because it's already enough that you're going to have to try and scrounge up 25 capitali for each one of these on Ruthless. You're also going to already need to have the collector's roll or drop 15 gold bars for the collector's roll. And to be honest, these hats really aren't that enticing of a prize or a reward, especially since you're going to pay additional cash to purchase these hats. Some of you might like the top hat or the Pacific Union cap or the Ansberg cap, but at the same time, I feel like the majority of players probably won't. My idea for what they should have done is actually one that some of us were bouncing around, including Kane the other day, when we were talking about what we would have liked to have seen as so-called rewards for completing the blood money opportunities. And I think they should have had it tiered, where you would unlock something at standard, then at hard difficulty, and then finally at ruthless. Standard difficulty, it would be really cool if we got a ring. an emerald ring for beating Covington Emerald on standard, ruby ring for Ember of the East on standard, and a diamond ring for beating it on standard El Sovrano. Hard difficulty, this one. I was trying to decide what I would want, whether a hat with some diamonds on it, or emeralds, or rubies, or a pair of boots, or maybe some spurs. And then on Ruthless, I think it would be really cool if the reward for beating these on Ruthless was a sweet looking belt buckle, because we love our belt buckles. For Emerald on Ruthless, it would be an emerald belt buckle. Ember of the East, Ruthless would be a ruby buckle, and El Sovrano on Ruthless would be a diamond buckle. And then, upon completing all 3 on Ruthless, you would unlock a belt buckle that had like all 3, like a ruby and an emerald and a diamond in the belt buckle itself. See, that would be really cool. But alas, all we got were some stupid hats as so-called rewards, along with the cash and XP and a little bit of gold nuggets for completing blood money opportunities on Ruthless. But all it's going to cost you is between 25 to 75 capitelli, which is pretty easy to do if you go to the fence and you drop some gold bars and buy some capitelli from him. Or if you want to go for the long drag and do the blood money crimes and slowly loot bodies and chests during those crime missions to get some capitelli here and some capitelli there, then maybe eventually you'll get enough capitelli to complete all 3 of these blood money opportunities on Ruthless. But be sure, if you fail, and you most likely will fail on Ruthless, be sure to have a posse with you of up to 4 players, and always be sure to have them restart every time you fail, because if you quit, you're going to have to spend another 25 capitelli in order to do that specific blood money opportunity on Ruthless again. So yeah, unfortunately, I feel like these so-called rewards for completing blood money opportunities on Ruthless, pretty pathetic. These hats should have simply just been regular hats that you could purchase through the general clothing store. And Rockstar could have done a lot better when it came to having some extra incentive, some rewards for players who actually beat all 3 of these on Ruthless. I think that it made more sense to do something themed around each one. Emerald stuff, rubies, diamonds, because those are the particular jewels that we are stealing for Guido Martelli. But at the same time, all we get is some stupid hats.